are Californians going to vote yes, or are they going to vote no? You gotta ask, what part of no don't you understand?
And that all people have access to birth control methods and information. For those teenagers who find themselves scared and pregnant, we must make sure they have access to well-trained counselors and doctors who will listen to them and provide for their safe medical care. These are real-world solutions that will ensure the safety of all of our daughters and honor our responsibility to protect those in our communities who are most in need. Please join Clergy for Choice, not only in voting no on Prop 4, but in becoming active in defeating this initiative. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Helene Schneider. I'm a member of the Santa Barbara City Council and a proud supporter with all those behind me voting no on Prop 4 and no on Prop 8. This city is one that cares about all of its residents, the rights of all of its residents, and equal opportunity and equal rights for all of its residents. And I gotta ask the question, when in 2005, when Prop 73 was on the ballot, did Californians vote yes or did they vote no? The next year in Prop 85, did Californians vote yes or did they vote no? So, Prop 4, are Californians gonna vote yes or are they gonna vote no? You gotta ask, what part of no don't you understand? I mean, get over it. We're done with this issue. Californians believe in safety of our teens. They believe that family communication is at home and not in the legislature and not in the state constitution dictating those rights. On Proposition 8, I find it very appropriate that we're here at the courthouse. This is a place of justice. The Hall of Records is right down the way where anyone right now under the state constitution who love each other can get married. So and that's something we need to protect. This would be this would be a time when if Proposition 8 passes, you are losing rights instead of gaining them. The history of our country in terms of constitutional amendments has always been one to gain rights, not to lose them. And we cannot let this happen in November. So, and I also want to say that this community has been so much in charge on this issue. Back in 2000, when Prop 22 was around, when it wasn't a constitutional amendment, and it passed statewide, but right here in Santa Barbara County, we voted no on Prop 22, and we need to get our community together to say no on 8 and say the end of this for sure and forevermore, and just to keep our rights for everyone in California. Thank you.
I don't know, it might seem kind of funny for us to be here, oh, a labor union, what are they doing? You know, but really this election is about the things that matter to families, and there are groups out there that are pushing a very different agenda under the name of family values, and it really is essentially an agenda based around wedge issues, around fear, around hate and intolerance. And they're trying to put out the message that these are the issues that families care about. So for example, we have Proposition 4 on the ballot, which is being supported by our quote-unquote moderate governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is a proposition that's being supported by the same people who push policies that keep teens ignorant about their own bodies and without having access to contraception, and that contribute to the U.S. having, you know, a much higher rate of teen pregnancies than countries like Canada or other industrialized nations. And you know, these people who support these abstinence-only programs now want to push a law that's going to put teens in harm's way. And that's just despicable. That's wrong. Because you know, trust among families cannot be legislated, as people have mentioned before. Unfortunately, there are many teens who are not in a safe situation, and this is an issue that's important for me personally. When you know, I grew up in a family that was affected by domestic violence. My father was physically abusive with my mom and with my sisters. So when my sister was pregnant at age 15, they're really, you know, telling my father wasn't an option because her personal safety was at risk. And so this is why laws like this are out of touch with reality and with the reality of teens and the real safety of teens. And around in other states that have passed similar laws, teen pregnancy rates have actually gone up. So yeah, we need to stand strong against Prop 4 and say that it's bad for our families. Likewise, Proposition 8, it's being pushed again by a group called Focus on the Family. So again, there's that family values. Now, I don't know about any of your families, but I don't know if any family that you know thinks it's in their best interest for their teenage sons and daughters to be more likely to be targets of violence, to be more likely to end up homeless, to be more likely to commit suicide ultimately, because all of these are things that you know teens who identify as gay and lesbian experience, and these are things that happen as a result of, again, the fear and hate driven propaganda of the extreme right wing. So they're really banking on this strategy of dividing, of creating fear and hate to distract from the profits that are being made by the powerful interests that support them. And it's a strategy that's worked in the past to divide the left. But really, now is a time to create a unified, progressive movement that says no to all of this division. What's that again?
No!
That's right. You know, as Barack Obama said, you know, our future president of the United States, in his speech about a more perfect union, he talked about how, you know, white and black Americans have been divided in the past, and he said, not this time. And that's what we have to say. What's that again?
No!
Not this time. That's right. We have to bring back the agenda to the real issues affecting families, the real bread and butter issues that working class people care about.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay, what he said. I'm Mary O'Gorman, and I'm here as the president of the Santa Barbara Women's Political Committee. And boy, it's hard to follow this far. And what I wanted to say, and I told Christine I could say it in 30 seconds. As you all know, this is a very busy political season, and like a lot of groups, ours has been busy doing lots of candidate assessments and proposition assessments, but we took positions opposing Proposition 4 and Proposition 8 back in May. I mean, we knew it was a priority, and it was something that we wanted to get out there on as soon as we could.
Both of these measures threaten basic constitutional rights. The League of Women Voters supports the constitutional right of privacy of the individual to make their own reproductive choices. We recognize that parents rightfully want to be involved in their teenagers' lives, and they want their daughters to come to them if they get pregnant. But no law can mandate family communication. Some pregnant teens who can't go to their parents choose illegal and unsafe abortions and even contemplate suicide. Proposition 4 would put our most vulnerable teens in harm's way, or it might force them into court. A frightened pregnant teen doesn't need a judge. She needs a caring counselor and safe, quality medical care without delay. Mandatory notification laws may sound good, but in the real world, they just put teenagers in danger.
We have a county supervisor, Janet Wolf, here. We have the mayor of Santa Barbara here. We have a school district member, Nancy Harder, in the back, and city council member. But this is all levels of the area of Santa Barbara that care about these issues.
Right on.
Right on.
Yeah.
Keep on honking.
Dude.
part of no, don't you understand? I mean, get over it.